this video, I'm going to show you the Learning Mastery Gradebook. So we've already set our outcomes for the course, and for each outcome we established a level where mastery was met. And when Canvas talks about mastery, they are really talking about proficiency. So at what level will a student meet proficiency? So if we look back to our sample outcomes, we said that a student would meet mastery or be proficient when they earned 3 points. And we're going from the highest score. And Canvas automatically defaults to 3 points out of 5. Now, that Learning Mastery Gradebook isn't going to mean much, and those outcomes aren't going to mean much if we can't see how students are doing on those outcomes. So if we go into our gradebook, remember there's the note when you log into Canvas that in November your Canvas gradebook should be talking to the Skyward Gradebook, and you'd be able to export the grades from Canvas into Skyward, and those would talk back and forth. Okay, so here's my gradebook right now. And this is a traditional gradebook. So I've got all of my assignment categories, my assignment groups. Now, I can have some options here. I can show notes, I can arrange the columns by due date, I can hide student names, set group weights. So if I want each column to be worth a different percentage of the overall grade. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to turn on the Learning Mastery Gradebook. So if we go back to our main course page, where we can see all of our options on the left-hand side, you're going to go all the way down to the bottom to Settings. Now, Settings allows you to say when your course starts and stops, what the language is for your course, whether it's copyright or not, if you want your syllabus to be publicly visible, okay, time zone for your course, things like that. It also has sections, so if you teach 4 sections of English 10, each of those sections will be here under your English 10 course. We're going to come back and talk about navigation and apps in the next couple videos. But right now we're going to go to Feature Options. Now the Feature Options have the Learning Mastery Gradebook, and you can expand this to see what the detail is. And we can turn it on. Now the Student Learning Mastery, students would be able to see their progress on meeting those outcomes. Okay. Some of these are default to on, like file browsing, gradebook, sortable lists, differentiated assignments, quiz statistics, and then this quiz log and auditing. So if you're doing quizzes on Canvas, you might want to turn that on also. Alright, so now that we have those on, they automatically save. So we can go back to our gradebook. And now in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see grades, which is the traditional gradebook. And all of my students would be in this left-hand column with their student ID. You can see that you can do individual students. Right now it's showing all sections, but you can show just first period or just second period. But in the upper left-hand corner, I now have a new button that's the Learning Mastery. And when I click that button, I still have this left column here would be all of my students. And now these are all of my outcomes for the class. And if you hover over the outcome, you will see that it gives the definition of what the outcome is, how it's calculated, so it's calculated based on highest score. There are no results currently, but this would show a pie graph breakdown of which students are at a level exceed mastery, which ones meet, which ones are near, which one are below. And then at the top, it would give a course average for each of those. Okay. So a Learning Mastery Gradebook, it is getting us close to a standards-based gradebook, but each of your outcomes doesn't have to be a standard. It can be participation, it can be attendance, whatever you want to track as an outcome, and students can track their own progress. So all you have to do to turn that on, again, you need to have outcomes for it to be useful. But go to Settings, Feature Options, and just click those buttons on, and you're all set for a Learning Mastery Gradebook. If you have any questions about this, send me an email or stop by my classroom. And as always, if you see me in the hallway, please say hi.